Judith Light, of course, no stranger to stage or screen, including memorable TV roles on Who's the Boss and Law & Order. She currently stars in the Golden Globe-winning Amazon original series Transparent, which returns for another season next month. And Light, a two-time Tony winner, is back on Broadway as well, starring alongside Keira Knightley in Thérèse Raquin. Judith, good morning.
Good morning.
Close enough?
Thérèse Raquin.
Thérèse Raquin. How often do people say it incorrectly?
All the time.
Yes, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Now, this play is like a sensation. Everybody's going to see it. They love you. They love Keira. Katy Perry went to see it, and she tweeted this: "Just left the most haunting play, sweating from the intensity." So for people who are thinking about going to see it, set the scene. We're in 1860s Paris, and what's happening?
Well, what's happening is that you have lust, greed. It's basically a sexual thriller, is the way that I would describe it. And what you have are basically two people who are really led by their desires and their wants, and because they only think about themselves and what they want, there are dire consequences.
And you've got an amazing cast. I mentioned Keira Knightley. People are flooding the theaters to see you too.
She's extraordinary, and she's the loveliest person. I am so happy to be working with her. And Gabriel Ebert, who won a Tony for Matilda, and Matthew Ryan, who was on a show called Constantine, and a really fabulous cast. Wonderful director Evan Cabinet. So, and an extraordinary a writer who wrote from the Émile Zola novel Thérèse Raquin, Helen Edmondson. It's quite and it's an intense evening.
You've done it all in show business, right? You've done TV, you've done theater.
You describe me that way.
It's true.
I've done it all.
You've done it all in show business. Do you get, though, a special pleasure from appearing on stage in front of a live audience? Is Broadway home to you?
Well, first of all, I had not been on the stage after I'd done Who's the Boss. I'd not been on stage for 22 years. And I came back to the stage and took over for an extraordinary actress in a play called Wit. Her name is Kathleen Chalfant. And you know, it's not just that it's home for me. The generosity of this community, after my having been away for such a long time, has been extraordinary to me. So they have made me feel like it's home. And performing for a live audience, there is absolutely nothing like it. Look, I love doing Transparent. I love doing Ugly Betty and Who's the Boss and all of those things that I've done on television and film. But there is something about the connection that you have with a live audience that is transformational, and it transports you. And there's an exchange of energy between us and them that is really an extraordinary experience. And anybody who's been an audience of a show in the theater can tell you that they have that experience.
You mentioned Transparent. It's winning all the awards.
I know.
It's become such, again, another sensation. Are you surprised by the incredible reaction it's received?
I was. After our first season, I had no idea, and we didn't know that it would be like this. We hoped that it would be something that would change the culture, that would really give information to people about the transgender community, but also about this particular very complex and interesting family. But we had no idea that people would respond the way that they have.
Yes. And on the subject of TV, how often when you walk down the street do people yell Angela? Is it Who's the Boss that they yell first?
That's really a good question, Willie. You know, it used to be One Life to Live.
Right.
You know, they would scream Karen, and people still do.
Yes.
And people do say Angela a lot. But now it's becoming, because Transparent is so popular,
right,
that it's really, you know, it's like, hey, Shelley.
Little Shelley, little Angela.
Little Shelley, little Angela, little Claire Mead. You know, we've got, you know, Judge Donnelly. We've got the mix in there. I've been around a long time.
I was going to say that's a sign of a good career when you can get that many names in there.
I've got great people who support me. I've had a very good and long career. I'm very grateful.
That's great to see you, Judith. The second season of Transparent on Amazon, December 11th, and Thérèse Raquin is running on Broadway through the beginning of January. Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.